Just good. Hey, what's going on, Advantage Army? This is Dr. Jeff, and I'm coming at you not from the office, as you can probably see, and I'm not alone. Here's the cool thing. I've wanted to do this video for a while, and I'm going to introduce the amazing person next to me here in a second. But the reason we're doing this video is that you guys know, you've been part of the office for a long time, you've seen amazing results, you're that much closer to your Advantage life, and now it's all about adding things that you can do to give you that extra boost, that extra advantage. And so I'm joined by one of my personal coaches, an amazing co-owner at CrossFit Chan, professional in many levels, okay, as well as not just, I want everybody to know she's not just a pretty face, okay, she's actually a very, very skilled individual, Miss Britt Ringstrom. I want her to start off on, Britt, first of all, thank you, obviously, for doing this. But why are you going to deliver some value that people should pay attention to over the next 5-10 minutes?
Well, I've been in the industry for about, probably about 10 to 11 years. And then, of course, went to school, exercise physiology, as far as this goes. And then kind of my personal experiences as well is the best learning tool that I found is incorporating things instead of actually just, we can read a book any day, but actually physically incorporating them in trial and error and figuring out what works for us, but also what works for clients, because everyone's a different body and everyone responds differently to approaches. So
yeah, for sure. One of the things I love, and so I've been at CrossFit Chan for a little over a year, and the cool thing is that I want to get into not just CrossFit, but let's just start. Someone's sitting on their couch and they're like, even this time of year, right? They start thinking, oh my gosh, I got to start moving. Why should people exercise? Why should people move their bodies?
The biggest thing is if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So, and the easiest thing you can start with is walking. I know it sounds ridiculous to some or very challenging to the next, but actually just walking in general is going to increase so many positive things for you, as far as your vitamin D levels, as far as increasing good cholesterol in your body, bad cholesterol, decreasing that, but just utilizing your muscles and getting your joints lubricated and moving. So like walking, yoga, even like a 10-minute yoga routine in your living room every single morning, or 3 times a week.
3 times a day is good though too.
That's aggressive, but right? Yes.
Listen, we're all about being aggressive here.
Yes.
Yes, for sure. No, I love that, because the biggest thing that I seem to find, and what I want to help incorporate, is with people when it's not like they don't believe exercise doesn't work, right? You guys have seen the testimonials, I've seen personal transformation here massively. I never told you this, but I've always wanted to gain weight. I've always been like the toothpick kid. And the crazy thing is that I remember always lifting hard and trying to ramp up my nutrition, doing all those things.
Yeah.
It has never been so effortless in the last year. I didn't even really focus on it here. It's just showing up, doing the work. I've gained 12 to 15 pounds. That's huge. Just in a year. It's crazy. Yeah. And so I know most of you are thinking, wow, Doc, you're looking a little chunky. You might want to start working out. But so just with that and people incorporating those movement pieces, it's not like they don't believe exercise won't work. A lot of people believe, well, it won't work for me because I see what other people are doing in those things. Give a little bit, and what I love your guys' approach here in the gym. How do you help people that are like, that's great for those guys over there, or you know what, man, they're intimidating, those things. Yeah. How do you guys address it?
Well, the cool thing is, and I think some people, when they come into our side of the gym, whether it's from the other group fitness side, or maybe they come from outside, they've never worked out before, or maybe they've been working out their entire life, it can be intimidating and scary because it's a big, giant concrete room with barbells and bumper plates and gymnastics rings that you're flying around on. We have all levels. We have anywhere from, 10-year-olds and CrossFit kids to 72-year-olds who had hip replacements. But the cool thing is that we take pride in all of our coaches, that we're very knowledgeable and that we can cater to any population, to any human, whatever they may need, because reality is you can cater to the masses to an extent, but everyone's an individual and their body requires something different. So it's not as scary as people think, because yes, we've all been to that starting point where it's scary on all ends, but we can modify for you.
For sure. I usually feel like it's a starting point every day. When
That's okay.
It's like always new.
Yeah.
You guys do a tremendous job at that, though. I've got to admit, I've
Thank
always
you.
noticed, like, when you come in, like, all the coaches, that they even I get Caleb and Jamie, and you are the primary ones I get to hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you guys, it's almost like you train on it. And I like to think behind the scenes, you guys have conversations on this is how we can incorporate it, because never have I felt not only intimidated, but it's amazing. A room full of people, and yet you feel like an individual. So kudos.
Yeah.
That was kind of sidebar. We'll get back on track, I promise, with that. But you do an amazing job with that.
Thank you.
So let's do this. Let's basic movements. All right. So someone's sitting there. It's like, okay, cool. If they can do it, I can do it. It's time. I'm worth it. They came over all those mental adoption hurdles we all have to face.
Yep.
Solid core movements. Where should they start?
Okay, so again, like I said, kind of walking is a huge one. Stretching in general. The more mobile you are, the more flexible you are. Your body is meant to move in full ranges of motion. Your bodies aren't meant to be clamped up into a tiny little ball. So the more sitting we do, the less movement we do, the tighter we're going to become. And the tighter we are, the more muscular imbalances we have, the more injuries that are developed, and just in general, kind of we end up becoming more timid movers, and we, if we will, we compensate. So therefore you look at back injuries, you look at so many other ailments that people develop over time because they weren't moving, or maybe they just weren't moving properly for years on end. So basic things you can start with, like I said, there's walking, simple stretches, which there's so many out there. We can't really touch on
Right. No,
all
this is
9 billion
yep.
of them. But in general, simple things like squatting onto a chair, sitting down and standing up without assistance. Something as simple as a modified push-up. You could push up off of your counter in your kitchen. You know what I mean? Actually just using your muscles, using your chest, using your shoulders, your triceps. Pulling yourself up into something or over something. And the thing about CrossFit is kind of all ailments of life and all ailments of movements, or all angles of movements that we do. So deadlifting a bar, picking something up, putting something down, pulling yourself up over something. I don't know if that helps at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Touch on that, because what I love about what you said, and this is huge. I see this a ton. The timid movers, the people that feel like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it, but like that full body range of motion.
Yes.
That is one of my favorite parts, because it's just so functional. Touch on that. Obviously, squatting, that full body. What are some good full body things somebody can do like right now?
So here's the thing: is what most people need to do is kind of let their egos down a little bit and understand it's okay to just move with just your body weight to begin with. I have people that could be in essentially great shape, but they may take 4 months to just move well, full ranges of motion without any weight at all, or very minimal weight, because people kind of get ahead of themselves and they want to go so heavy all the time. Yes, we encourage you to go heavy. Yes, we encourage you to get stronger. But if you can't move in the full range of motion, you're not doing yourself a whole lot of good.
Right.
You're going to create more poor movement patterns, essentially in that partial range of motion, which is then why people get injured.
For sure.
So yeah, thinking about like a full range of motion squat. Think about, Kelly Starrett's 10-minute test of sitting in the bottom of a squat for 10 minutes a day. Obviously you build up to that. Maybe you start with 30 seconds a day, a minute next week, in 5 minutes the next week, and then 10 whole minutes. Because then you're essentially working on your ankles, your hips, your knees, your thoracic mobility, all of that.
Those are huge. I love that.
Push-ups,
Yeah.
another great one you can do. Even like you think about yoga, there's modified push-ups that you can do as well. A lot of people have a goal of just getting one pull-up in their life. Great, awesome. So there's steps that you can take towards that, as far as getting your lats and your proper back muscles to fire. So you can do your actual first pull-up.
For sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's huge. Switching gears, fun time.
Yeah.
Best excuse you've ever heard for not exercising?
Oh,
Any good ones?
let's see. I had a youth pastor who teaches children, actually,
Yeah.
cried because something was too hard. And it was literally like the most simple movement in the world.
Oh, no.
But someone who should be motivating others too.
Right.
But, trying to think, I've had other excuses. Oh, so many of them.
Have you ever really found a good one not to move?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. I didn't
We
think
talk
you did.
ourselves out of things all the time, but that's the cool thing about in a group setting like we have at the gym. You have other people there, and we're a small business, we're a small company, and I think we take pride in that, because you tend to build a sense of community, and your community is basically waiting on you to get to the gym. They're waiting on you to come here and better yourself, because you're pushing them just like they're pushing you.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's no way I'd get up and come most days at 5 if it wasn't for the people.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Think about if
not.
you had to show up to an empty, dark room by yourself at 5 a.m., no one there to push you but yourself. That's a lot of internal motivation, which we all have some of, but most people, work a lot better extrinsically motivated.
Yeah.
So with others around them, with a program that's already written for them, with a coach who's there pushing them.
For sure. My wife always laughs at me. She's like, "What did you used to do when you lift?" Because I was telling her, last year, and she's seen the changes, and it's just fun.
Yeah.
Have more energy, all those things. But she's like, "You used to lift. Why didn't you get these results before?" And I'm like, I joke because I'm like, I thought I used to work out, and
Yeah.
it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Like this is way more
different.
positive for sure. So Britt, this has been awesome. This has been huge value, and I know the people here are going to absolutely love it. So I want to make sure I get all your links and all the contact information. I'll put that in there because here's the thing. Being part of the Advantage Army, being part of our office is it's not just good enough to help yourself. You got to help serve others. I remember when I was in undergrad college and I called my dad and I was whining that I had to go back to work. I was a cart pusher at Walmart.
Yeah.
Mainly because you could be outside and you got hot chocolate in the winter. Long story short.
Perfect.
Yeah. I was like, I had to go back to work. And he goes, do you want a helping hand? And I was like, well, yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah.
He goes, look at the end of your arms, and hung up the phone. And I was like, what? And granted, my dad is not that those at all. But it was a cool lesson. So I want to just sow this value, pass it back out. We're going to get a ton of views and share that with people because you know what? We're all in life together. We might as well have fun over here.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
it's true.
So any parting thoughts, Britt? I mean, on that as kick off. I mean, millions of people are watching.
It's millions. Keep your body moving. Like I said before, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So honestly, I've got clients that I used to work with that are in their 80s and almost 90s. And the biggest thing that they always told me is no matter what you do, just keep moving.
Solid.
So
Solid advice. Thank you, Britt.